Hello and welcome to the most extreme podcast in professional wrestling to date. This is Extreme Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Arnold, as always, joined by James Doe. Did I get it right this time?
Good job.
Finally, I got it right. And obviously, this isn't an episode. This is our picks / predictions video for both NXT Takeover 30 and SummerSlam. You'll never see it coming. So let's just get straight into it. We're starting with NXT Takeover. And the first match I got on here on the card is going in order by what's at the top. So in this one, we got the NXT Championship match between the defending champion, the Limitless Keith Lee, taking on Karrion Kross with Scarlett at ringside. My pick for this is Keith Lee because one, his reign would be too damn short, and yeah, I think Keith Lee is going to retain, but it's going to be a slugfest. But I do think Keith Lee is going to retain. Who do you got, James?
I agree with you. Keith Lee, not going to have a short reign. Plus, Karrion Kross, it's too early for him to get a championship. Combine those two, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to go with the champion to retain his championship.
Yeah, obviously. Next match, we have the NXT Women's Championship between Io Shirai defending with Dakota Kai with Raquel Gonzalez in her corner. Who do you got, James?
It's a hard one, but I'm going to go with Io Shirai because I don't think it's going to be funny. It's going to be a funny match. But Io Shirai will pull it out at the end.
I think so too. I got Io as well. I think at some point someone is going to maybe help even the odds for Io Shirai. Maybe the odds are maybe Xia Li or perhaps Asuka might help, but I do think in the end, I think Io Shirai.
It's not going to be Asuka. It's not.
Yeah, obviously it might be Asuka. It would make sense because she
it will not.
Io Shirai.
It will not make sense. But I mean, in a way, it's.
But yeah, I do think maybe Asuka might be the one because remember she did help Io Shirai beat Sasha at Great American Bash Night 1.
But there's a difference between that and NXT Takeover. Asuka really has no reason to be in NXT, and especially to help. It's got to be somebody from the NXT roster, and I eliminate about 5 candidates.
The more obvious of maybe the most obvious would be Tegan Knox due to the fact she has history with Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez or someone else.
But I highly doubt that because she got the whole thing with Candice LeRae. So
that.
And then you got to eliminate the 4 that's dealing with the Robert Stone brand, and that's been eliminated. So Xia Li is still really lame.
Next up, we got basically what is a celebrities versus wrestler type of match, regular match between Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. This whole thing stemmed from them having, Adam Cole being on Pat McAfee's show and just, berating him and all that stuff, and it led to NXT. Pat legitimately punting Adam Cole. Yeah, not like a Randy Orton punt or anything like that. Legitimately, like punting Cole was knocked out for quite some time. But I'm picking Adam Cole in this one. I think it's too damn obvious that Adam Cole might be winning this one. Who do you got, James?
Honestly, Pat McAfee is a former punter, so hell, that it makes it look legitimate. But I'm gonna give the win to Adam Cole, baby. just because of the fact that it's Pat McAfee. Really.
Yeah. Next up, we got the NXT North American Championship ladder match, and which features Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano, and the Velveteen Dream. Now, I wanted to kind of go with this one, kind of like the Money in the Bank ladder match, where we have like a legitimate pick and a dark horse pick. So I think my legitimate pick, and it was tough to choose between some of them. I limited down to the first three because I think Gargano and Dream are just in there to be in there. Have veterans in the match. I mean, Damian kind of is, but he isn't at the level of what Dream and Gargano is. So I limited between either Reed, Priest, or Grimes, and I end up having my legitimate pick being Damian Priest, and my dark horse pick being Bronson Reed. Who do you got? Legitimate and dark horse, James.
Legitimate, I will go with Damian Priest because I think him getting that opportunity, especially with his feud with Keith Lee, made him a star. That's also not just that, also with the whole thing with Finn Balor. Um, so Priest is my legitimate. My dark horse has to be Gargano.
Wow, you picked a big deal guy.
Yeah, because here's the thing though. Bronson Reed's a big dude, and you know how big dude does in ladder matches. That's all.
Big.
Unless you're
Most recent example, freaking Otis in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Obviously,
he didn't have to climb a ladder. Just freaking fell right in his hand. Like, hey, I'm the champion.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed's not.
But then you look at see what Bronson Reed does, and you're like, I wouldn't have no doubt they might have like a reinforced ladder or something,
The Big Show ladder that they used to do. Maybe, probably, but
yeah.
Bronson Reed is not gonna be my dark horse. For me, it's like you could say Velveteen Dream. They could get the win just to give a middle finger to the people who say, "Hey, Dream should get fired because of the whole controversy."
Oh yeah, obviously.
And then I don't like Cameron Grimes. I'm sorry, but so Gargano would have been is my dark horse basically.
Yeah. I'll be shocked if Dream or Grimes get it, or even Gargano. I'll be surprised, but yeah. Next, we got a triple threat tag team match where the winner will become the number one contender for Imperium's NXT tag team titles. We have the teams of Breezango, that's Fandango and Tyler Breeze, Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, and Legados del Fantasma members Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. I'm going with Legado del Fantasma because that would be a very interesting match in seeing who could end up being, who will be the heel and who will be the face in this case, because since both teams are heels in this case. I'm going Legado del Fantasma, and also they've been more on a roll as of late, so I'm going with Legado del Fantasma. Who you got?
Well, Legado del Fantasma and Breezango has history against each other. So actually, my pick would be Oni Larkin and Danny Burch, just for the sheer fact that they had the push. It was temporarily stopped, but now they're getting this opportunity, and I think they should get this opportunity because these are two guys, good wrestlers. I wouldn't say they would be, but
they're good. They're great technical wrestlers, and I think they could match with Imperium in terms of that technicality and stuff. Whereas with Legado, where my pick and all that, I could kind of see that. I can agree. And then I got the last match on here is Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher, and I have picked on here Timothy Thatcher, but I'm hearing I don't know if this might be true, but I'll pick Thatcher if Balor isn't Demon. since, it's been quite a while since we've seen the Demon. And this is around SummerSlam time and all that stuff. And usually you see the Demon and all that at SummerSlam time. Unlike last year where Finn was just Finn. And already the Demon had been used at a Super Showdown, and which was the last time they had used the Demon. And then before that, WrestleMania 35. So which I wanted to bring that up. Do you think Finn could bring out the Demon in this match?
No. The only reason why is that I think Finn Balor don't want to do the Demon unless it's something that he can really, like a feud that he's really, really into. So,
I would think in that case maybe a feud with Walter.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out, is that if the whole situation with this whole virus thing didn't happen, I could have seen the Demon fight Walter at the NXT Takeover that they were supposed to have over there.
Yeah, I would have agreed with that. That would have been a way of using the Demon in that case. But I'm still, if he does bring the Demon in this, I might say Balor. But for now, if it's just Finn, I think I'm going.
It's not going to be the Demon, and I think Thatcher.
It would be really cool because it has been well over.
It'd be a surprise. Let's say this. It'd be a surprise, but I just don't think it will happen. Because again, usually when Finn Balor do the Demon, it's more of a more recently, it's more of a I need to do this to really beat the guy. And
Finn Balor. It's too early. If this is going to be a long-term feud, it's too early to bring the Demon out.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe if it gets to the point where if Thatcher wins in this match, then perhaps Finn at another takeover or something like that, or another time, he might bring out the Demon.
Yeah.
Really, okay, I need to assert dominance, bring out Demon. I think it's too early. Yeah, I'm going with Thatcher in this case.
I go Thatcher too.
Now we move on to SummerSlam. And basically we start off with the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. I'm hearing stuff, but I'm hearing stuff about it being a double DQ. But I'm going with McIntyre in this match. Who do you got?
It's going to be a funny finish. You could even have retribution. I'm going to say McIntyre holds on to the belt, but not win.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Universal Championship match between Braun Strowman, the champion, versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And this is a no-brainer. The Fiend is going to win this. All because of earlier, I saw Retribution beat the crap out of Strowman. So Strowman probably ain't going to go into that match 100% or something like that.
You didn't watch the ending of SmackDown?
Oh, yeah, I saw. So I did see that the Fiend came out of an ambulance. But yeah, I do think the Fiend is going to come out with a win in this one. Who do you got?
This one, I will say Braun Strowman will win. I think it's just more of, you gave Bray Wyatt the swamp match. But I think Braun Strowman is going to overall win this match. Just because of the fact, unless Alexa Bliss comes out as Sister Abigail.
I can see that probably happening. I can definitely see that happening.
My pick officially will be Braun Strowman retaining the title.
All right. Next up, we got both the Raw Women's and SmackDown Women's titles, which have Asuka challenging Banks for the Raw title and Bayley for the SmackDown title. I don't know. Bayley's going first, right?
Yes, Bailey's going first
Okay,
due to her loss at the Beat the Clock Challenge against Naomi.
Yeah, I'm going because I figured that if SmackDown title is going first. Now, I was having trouble getting this a pick. If this were just a triple threat winner-take-all match, I would have easily said Asuka. But I think in this case, with it being two matches, they're probably going to go back-to-back and stuff, one after the other. I think the SmackDown one, I think Bayley is going to retain. Asuka's going to beat Sasha for the Raw title somehow. And obviously, there might be a surprise one. Maybe Asuka lock out and over, roll up pin, or something like that, and tap out Banks and regain the Raw Women's title. Like easily, and it'll potentially come to blows that these two are having now, and yeah. My picks are Bayley and Asuka.
I honestly will go with Asuka winning both titles. Because here's the thing, though, because Bayley's defending the title first changes my pick. Because I would have thought Banks would defend her title first. Something screwy happens, Asuka wins that title, and then basically Bayley. But Bayley defending it first makes it a whole lot different. Because I think both of them both Banks and Bayley will screw each other out of the titles. And they're going to lose the Raw Women's Tag Team titles next week at Payback.
Yeah, that might be for another time.
Again, we have to make a prediction on Saturday.
Obviously for that. That might be live next time.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match between the Street Profits and Andrade and Angel Garza. I'm picking Andrade and Garza in this one.
Honestly, this one could go either way, but I'm going with Street Profits because it's gonna lead to Vega trying to interfere, but then Bianca Belair is gonna be out there supporting her husband and his friend because of the whole poisoning stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna go Street Profits retain the championship.
Plus, and also the Street Profits have been champions since what, January?
February.
February. Yeah, they've been champions for quite a while now. That's why I'm picking Andrade and Angel Garza, because I think Street Profits should at this point maybe drop it, because they've been champs for quite some time and all that.
Right? For me, it's like more of you look at both teams. You don't know if Big Man's gonna push Andrade and Angel, or he's not pushing him at all, because you have mixed things between those two and Vega. You could even have the ref continue between those two.
Yeah. Next, we have the United States Championship match between Apollo Crews defending against Montavious Porter, MVP. I got Crews winning this one. Who do you got?
With the Hurt Business being banned, it's going to go to Apollo, but Apollo is not going to hold on to that belt because Lashley is going to win the title from him. I don't know when, but I'm calling it
probably Payback.
Yeah, Payback. Yeah.
Next up, we got a street fight between Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. I'm going with Dominic in this one due to the fact that I think probably at this point Becky's, probably getting a little bit bigger for baby and stuff, and I think this might have Rollins this might be a way for Rollins to go out and maybe, help with Becky with the baby and stuff. So I'm picking Dominic in this one, and obviously Ray being in the corner, Buddy being in Seth's corner. I think Dominic is going to get the win in this one. Who do you got?
In this situation, for me, I'm going to go with it because a lot of people are saying that this could be a good match, a match of a night candidate. But the thing is that we don't know how much Dominic Mysterio trained, not just like for this match, not just match in particular, but in his life,
Yeah, so basically a street fight can cover up all of that stuff.
Yes.
Can cover up all the weaknesses that he has and all that stuff, and can, like
it goes, and it's good that they're doing this, like, because of the whole, thing with the candlestick. Because let's say this, Dominic Mysterio can swing a candlestick in a chair, but how well is he in the ring when it comes to an actual match? But
yeah,
with
like
the whole story, I'm going to give it to Dominic.
Yeah. And then finally, what was originally going to be a hair versus hair match due to the circumstances that are going on right now with Sonya, this match has been turned into a loser leaves WWE match between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Originally, when it was a hair versus hair match, I was going to go with Mandy. But with this, I still think Mandy's going to get the win.
Yeah, making this no disqualification and loser leaves WWE instead of hair versus hair. It doesn't change the outcome because Mandy Rose is going to win. But as you said, and I think that's something should need to talk about is the whole situation with the attempted kidnapping.
Obviously. A little bit of news. Obviously,
because
Sonya was one of her friends was trying to kidnap her.
No. Let me tell the story. Okay, let me explain. It's not one of her friends. It's actually a fan who stalks her online. Yeah, it's a fan. It's a fan. It was not. It's somebody she'd never met. So basically, he's from South Carolina. He, been messaging Sonya so many different times, kind of to that, creepy stalker stuff. And then, he broke into her house last Saturday night, like early Sunday morning. And also, Sonya Deville testified actually was that the friend that was with her was Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they're safe, and that.
I think with Sonya losing this match, it gives her time to, clear things up. I know she's probably not gonna leave. This might be just a temporary thing. She might come back later on, but I think her losing and leaving just for a little while, just clear her head and stuff like that. It might be necessary to have her lose, go and clear her head and stuff.
Yeah, because I think it's better WWE did this instead of doing hair versus hair. Because imagine her coming into the courtroom with no
hair.
Yeah, so basically it's like her
they
losing
might do it
is a better way.
They might do it later on down the road. But I think at this point it's appropriate that it's a no disqualification, loser leaves WWE match, where obviously the outcome isn't going to change.
Can I finish?
Can
I finish?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. So basically, but basically, but you're right. Again, it's like she's going to need time to deal with the trial and a couple of different stuff to make sure that and this is why you can get security system for ladies stupid stuff like this. But I do want to mention, I do want to say this. I'm going to rant. You fucking fans. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to curse. But you fucking fans that is creeping and trying to stalk these people or kidnap them, murder them, rape them, or whatever, you need life. You need to look at yourself and see what the hell. I understand these are famous people because it's not just wrestlers, it's all any famous person. And you're gonna have those people. Y'all need to stop.
Yeah, obviously.
That's it.
All of they may be celebrities and all, but they're still human beings. They have lives outside of that stuff, and people doing that crap.
Hmm.
Well, what the?
And the
Yeah,
fact
I'm
that
gonna curse too. What the fuck?
and, and the thing is that he went so far as like he wanted to kill people to show her that he was serious, and it's more like what the fuck. Don't do that type of shit. Y'all going to seriously gonna get in trouble. So if you think you can be like that guy or the guy that beat up Bret Hart at the freaking Hall of Fame, y'all ain't too prepared.
Don't do that. That's those kind of things. They're stupid. I figure we want to do something a little special. Why not kind of give our picks to some of the matches that are happening on what is a one-time thing, AEW Saturday Night Dynamite. James, you want to take that away?
I don't know the matches.
The
Honestly.
only ones that I know of: Brody Lee versus Cody for the TNT Championship. Um, Obviously the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament Finals.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they did. So tomorrow's the 22nd. Okay. So basically, yeah. So let's go. Yeah, going with the American Nightmare versus Mr. Brody Lee for the TNT title. Who your thought? Who you think's gonna win?
Whew, that is a tough one for me to pick because usually I've known that these matches have been good, but I think with this one, knowing that Cody is one of all of them, but I think this one is really tough for me to pick in that case. I think I'm gonna go with Brody Lee winning it. Who do you got?
Honestly, I could say that I'm gonna say Cody holds on to the belt, but he doesn't win. I think it's gonna be something screwy, and it's gonna lead to later on and maybe all out. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, all out
And also fans are going to be back in attendance at that. I believe.
No, actually, no. Actually, there is starting the Thursday.
Oh yeah, they're doing it Thursday. Okay, yeah. That's probably for.
So not tomorrow's show, but the Thursday show, which is
That's
also
what we'll cover in the live show. But yeah, I think. And then we got the Tag Team Cup Tournament, Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament that will have Diamond and Elise taking on the Nightmare Sisters, and I'm picking the other team because if they do the Nightmare Sisters, it's too damn predictable. And I'm gonna come out and say this: Brandy can't wrestle. She can't wrestle for worth shit. She's probably well, she's probably better than that redheaded beach Eva Marie, but that's not saying much. Brandy's down there. So if they have her win this, it's just a load of crap. So I'm going with the other team, Diamond and Ivelisse.
Ivelisse, yeah, I agree with you because I think it's also going to be something will happen between Allie and Brandy. So one of them going to cost each other the match.
Yeah.
But again, it's like it'd be too predictable for the Nightmare Sisters to win. But I think
it's too predictable. I'm knowing if they do a predictable thing Ken, like, what? She's basically Roman Reigns. They're like, they do that, and then people know that, oh, they better not have a win. Then they do, that's a freaking, like, double, yeah, fuck you, we're not watching this crap. Because of this crappy tournament, you give this to Brandy. Was there any other? Oh, wait, was
There
there?
is
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if
there's other ones. There's FTR versus Private Party.
FTR.
Yeah, FTR. There's no doubt about it because Private Party is like, yeah, but I know they're pushing FTR.
Yeah, they're pushing FTR to have that match with.
There's the 6-man grudge match between the Elite of Kenny Omega, Mac Jackson, and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, versus the Dark Order. 3, 4, and 5.
The Elite. The Elite is my pick.
And another one is Lucha Brothers and the Butcher and the Blade versus Jurassic Express and the Natural Nightmares.
Who are they? Who are the Lucha Bros teaming with?
Butcher and Blade.
I'm going with. That's a tough one. Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade.
Yeah, I think it. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I'm still kind of a fan of Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. I still like those guys, even though they're heels. I still kind of like rooting for them.
For me, I would say I agree with you just because of the fact that I think it depends on which order this goes. Does this go after or does this go before the women's? And that's going to lead to what's going to happen with the finals.
Yeah. Is there any other matches, or is that it?
Darby Allin's in action, but I don't know who he's playing, who he's fighting, so that's it.
That's probably him winning it. Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Well, there was a bonus of us making our picks for Saturday Night Dynamite, as well as SummerSlam and Takeover 30. Any thoughts before we end this?
I am actually surprised Jeff Hardy won the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh yeah, I am too. I was kind of surprised Lucha House Party didn't win either.
No, I kind of. No, go ahead.
But I am kind of happy that Jeff won the title, and this could potentially lead to him dropping it to Sheamus and having Sheamus finally be the Intercontinental Champion, win the one title he hasn't won yet.
Well, honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen because I think Sheamus said that he was done with Jeff Hardy, so I don't think he's gonna deal with Jeff Hardy.
Well, he did say at some point he did want to compete for the Intercontinental title and win that title because that's like the one title he has not won in his career.
Does he go back against Jeff Hardy? I don't know. But on that bombshell.
Yep. On that bombshell, we will see you next week. Until then, we will see you later.